Hi everyone, it's Tina with the Cuba Library here to tell you what's new this week. So we're going to start with the Hamilton soundtrack. Hamilton was recently released on Disney Plus, and if you haven't had a chance to watch it on there, you can at least listen to the music, which is almost just as good. Not quite, but pretty good. And it's really good music, done so well. This is a 2-disc collection, and it's now available for checkout. Next, we have an audiobook, which we also have this in print version, 28 Summers by Elin Hilderbrand. This week, I thought I would focus on some books that have summer in the title, since we are crawling slowly towards the end of our summer. This one is about a woman named Mallory. On her deathbed, she tells her son to call a phone number on this random scrap of paper that she has hidden away in a drawer. So he calls it, and it turns out to be Jake McLeod, who's the husband of a woman running for president. He has no idea how his mom knows Jake or why she has his phone number. Well, it turns out that she and Jake met in 1993 at a bachelor party that she was throwing for her brother, and they've had a special bond ever since. So her son finds out more about that. This book is inspired by the film Same Time Next Year, which was Jake and Mallory's favorite movie. So here it is on audio, or you can get it in print as well. Next, summer-themed book, Brenda Novak, One Perfect Summer. It starts with Serenity Alston. She takes one of those cheek swab DNA tests, 23andMe. She jokes that, oh, well, what if this uncovers some deep, dark family secret? And little does she know that it does. She discovers she has 2 half-sisters. So the 3 women decide to dig into their family's past and try and untangle the truth. They get together at their family cabin at Lake Tahoe. So before the summer's over, they'll have to confront the past and decide how they're going to move forward in the future. One Perfect Summer. And our last summer book is Big Summer by Jennifer Weiner. This is 2 friends, Daphne and Drew. So 6 years after they have this huge fight that breaks up their friendship, they haven't talked to each other for 6 years. Daphne is shocked when Drew contacts her and asks her out of the blue to be her maid of honor. Well, Daphne's grown a lot since they had their big fight, and she's not sure she wants to get involved with Drew again. Drew's full of drama, and Daphne has matured, but Drew says she really needs her, and Daphne does decide to be her maid of honor. And it turns out Drew has a lot going on in her life that she needs a good friend to help her, support her through. So I love Jennifer Weiner. She's an excellent author, and I'm sure this will be a good one. All right, on to our adult nonfiction choice this week. We have Lilydale, The Town That Talks to the Dead. Now, this is not necessarily a newly released book. It's new to our collection, but I thought it'd be a good one to highlight because it's sort of like a local history. Lilydale's not very far from us as the crow flies, and Lilydale is a town where spiritualists have ruled the community for 5 generations. They say that the dead don't die there, the spirits never die, they just wander around the city. So every summer, 20,000 visitors go to Lilydale to consult the spiritualists and the mediums that live and work there. And this book was written by a journalist who's a bit of a skeptic. She goes there to try and uncover the truth of the matter. But she researches the history. There's some interesting pictures in here. She has some pictures and stories about Susan B. Anthony, Harry Houdini, and even Mae West. There you go, Lilydale, local history. And on to our juvenile middle grade reader. It's called The Prettiest by Bridget Young. It takes place with a group of 8th grade girls. So a list of the prettiest 50 girls in school, ranking them, appears online. And the girls who are on this list are disgusted by suddenly being objectified by everyone around them. So they decide to band together to stand up for themselves and for each other. So this is a book about friendship and rivalries. It's a feminist book about how women can help each other out when they're being judged by purely their looks alone. For our young adult book, we've got a graphic novel. It's a nonfiction biography. It takes place in 1983 South Korea. Kim Hyun-suk is a freshman in college, and she loves to read. She's majoring in English literature or European Western literature, and she's so excited to go to college, the first one in her family to go. Well, during the 1980s in South Korea, the regime who was ruling the country, they were called the Fifth Republic. They were a military regime. They were brutal. They censored. They murdered protesters. And the students at her college are very politically active. But Hyun-suk's family is determined she should just keep her head down and go to school. Well, she's invited to join a book club. She's really excited. The guy who invites her is pretty cute. But it turns out she's been invited to join an underground banned book club. And so it's her story of discovering that literature that they read and her journey into activism. It's a good one. It's true story. The author, Kim Hyun-suk, is the main character in the book. So there you go. Highly recommended. And our last book this day is We Will Rock Our Classmates by Ryan T. Higgins. Now, there's another book in this series called We Don't Eat Our Classmates, which is hilarious. It was a really popular book. I'm sure this one will be right up there with it. Penelope is a T-Rex. She's the only T-Rex in her class of humans. And so that makes her stand out a little. Well, they decide to have a class talent show, and Penelope loves rock and roll, so she decides she's going to put on a rock show. But then she gets embarrassed because she's not sure that dinosaurs can be rock stars. And it's a super cute book about how dinosaurs can be anything they want. And, it has a good message for kids, as well as excellent illustrations. So there we go. We Will Rock Our Classmates, now available for checkout at the Cuba Library. We hope to see you soon. Bye.